Okay, let's get Hebrews 7 and 14. Hey, because we gotta provide a little bit of clarity here, because a lot of the churches they haven't put this information out.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 7, verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
Out of Judah. You see, out of this top tribe right here. Right. You see? So, hey, you're from the same lineage as the Messiah.
That's right.
You know what the Messiah looks like?
No, I don't have a clue.
Okay, let's get that. Let's get the book of Revelation. 1 and 14.
God.
That's the Messiah?
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 14.
Bring it out.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
White like wool. Like who has woolly hair? Exactly. Reading on.
As white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And there's a reason why his eyes were as a flame of fire. Let's get the book of Genesis 49 and 12. We got an explanation for everything.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine.
His eyes shall be red with wine. And that's because Yahushua, whom the world calls Jesus, he was a wine bibber. That's the reason why. And when you drink wine, let's read this again.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine.
With wine. You see, because Yahushua, whom the world calls Jesus, was a wine bibber. The Messiah was a wine bibber. And when you drink wine, the whites of your eyes turn red.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fine brass.
And what color is brass? Yep, and brass is a derivative of brown. Read on.
As if they burned in a furnace.
Hey, which shows that he was a dark-skinned man on earth.
So he was dark.
He was dark. Hey, let's account in Daniel. Daniel 10 and 5. Yep. Hey, no problem. Hey, that's what we are here for. You know?
That's right.
To shut down the lies that have been told to our people. You know, the heathen has our people believing that the Messiah is a so-called white man. You know, at best they try to say that he was Middle Eastern. You know, and brown. You know, like no man. You know, he's a dark-skinned man. You know.
It was a white angel that came down, impregnated a woman of color, and popped out a white baby. Come on, man.
I mean, it's not funny, but it's
But that's what they.
That's the lie that they push. You know, and our people believe that thing.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 10, verse 5. Then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were guarded with fine gold of Uphaz. His body also was like the beryl, and his face as appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass.
Exactly. Again, you know, derivative of brown. You see, and the Messiah was a so-called black man. You know, and people still don't believe that. You know, people still believe, and they'll still walk away thinking that the Lord is a so-called white man. Especially the Northern Kingdom. You know, the Northern Kingdom, hey man, they'll get offended. If they get offended by that image right there. You know, they get mad whenever they see that. You know. Hey, let me get Hosea 4. And I'm leaving it up. 4 and 17.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 17. Ephraim is joined to idols.
Ephraim representing the Northern Kingdom is joined to idols. You know, and that's their vice, man. You know, that's always been their vice, is idolatry. And that's talked about all through this book here.
Let him alone.
Let him alone. Hey, you just got to let him alone. You know, I mean, you can't even go back and forth, You know, whenever they have that Catholicism on them, you know, that's a major stumbling block. You know, hey, let me get the book of I believe it's Colossians 3 and 10.
This is the book of Titus, chapter 3, verse 10. A man that is an heretic after the first and second abomination rejected.
Admonition, yes. After the first or second admonition, reject. So, hey, you know, you go back and forth with somebody or what have you. Hey, one or two times, hey, you just gotta let them alone. You know, you just gotta let them alone. If anybody got questions, hey, you know, hey, don't hesitate.
Right.
You know, we're out here prophesying to the wind. You know, hey, let's get back to Psalms 118, and I believe we was at 7.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 118, verse 7. The Lord taketh my part with them that help me. Therefore shall I see my desire upon them that hate me. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man.
Yes, it's better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. Bugged out, man. Bugged out.
It is better to trust in the Lord than put confidence in princes.
It's the same thing with people that are renowned, that are in leadership, that are highly regarded, or what have you. And you can't put any confidence in them either. You know, you got to trust in the Lord. Reading on.
All nations compass me about, but in the name of the Lord will I destroy them.
In the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai will I destroy them. And that's what David did, you know, with the Philistine, with Goliath. You know, he came in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, hey, and he destroyed him, you see. And the nation of Israel, hey, what did they do afterwards? Hey, they had an opportunity. They went in and spoiled the Philistines' tents, you know, after they chased them down. Reading on.
Verse 13. Verse 12. They compass me about like bees. They are quenched as the fire of thorns. For the name of the Lord I will destroy them.
For the name of the Lord. Again, hey, all through what we've been bringing out today is all about the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Reading on.
Thou hast scored at me that I may fall, but the Lord helped me. The Lord is my strength and song, and it's become my son.
Oh, yeah. Go check this website.
Oh, for sure. Hey, let's get Proverbs 1 and 5. Proverbs 1 and 5.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 5. A wise man will hear.
A wise man will hear, and that's what you're doing right now. A wise man. You know, you stop and you're hearing the words of the Lord, and this is what you just demonstrated here by what you just said here.
And will increase learning.
And will increase learning. Yeah. So you say, hey, you know, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna look at the website. I'm gonna do some research or what have you. You show, and that shows that you're a king also as well. Because we got the book of Proverbs 25 and 2. Look at Proverbs 25 and 2.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 25, verse 2. Bring it out. It is the glory of God to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out a matter.
Yeah, so the honor of kings is to search out a matter. So, hey, so the fact that you say, hey, I'm going to increase learning, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to search this thing out, hey, that shows a ruling class mentality right there. You know, so, hey, you're a king. You know, hey, let's get 1 Peter, I think that's 2 and 9.
It's the book of 1 Peter, chapter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation.
A chosen generation. Yeah, so, hey, we're the chosen. You know, the Lord chose us,
Right.
the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, the elect of this group is who's going to be delivered. The chosen.
A royal priesthood.
Royal priesthood. You see, we are a royal people. Reading on.
And holy nation.
A holy nation, which means set apart. We're not like these other nations. We're set apart to the Lord himself.
A peculiar people.
A peculiar people. You know, reading on.
That ye should show forth the praises of him who had called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Yes, and our people, they were walking in darkness, you know, for the longest. You know, and this is the light right here,
That's
being
right.
in this truth.
That's right.
You know, we've been called out of darkness into this marvelous light, and this is a blessing right here, being able to understand, you know, the truth as it comes out. You know, let's get the book of Wisdom of Solomon. Shalom, King, Shalom.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth.
They that put their trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai shall understand the truth. You see, that's what you got to put your trust. You got to put your trust in the Lord in order to be able to understand this thing. Reading on.
And such as be faithful in love shall abide with him.
And faithful in love. You see, and what is love? Hey, that's following these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know, that's love. That's the love of the Heavenly Father. Reading on.
For grace and mercy is to his saints.
His saints. And who are his saints? Hey, we got to get that. Let's get Psalms 50, and I believe that's 5.
This book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 5. Gather my saints together.
Gather my saints together. Reading on.
Unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice.
A covenant with me by sacrifice. And who did that? Hey, that's Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Teach up.
You see, that's who made the covenant by sacrifice. You see. Hey, let's get Psalms.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19.
Bring it out.
Is that what you want? He showed his word unto Jacob.
The saints.
148:14. Con, I got you. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 148, verse 14. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praises of all his saints.
Praises of all his saints. You see, and his people are on this sign right here. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Even of the children of Israel.
Even of the children of Israel. Again, that reaffirms what we're talking about here. Reading on.
A people near unto him, praise ye the Lord.
Praise ye the Lord. Praise ye the Lord. And let's get back to Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth. Such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. With grace and mercy is to his saints, and he had cared for his elect.
Elect. That's what this thing is all about. The elect. You see? Hey, that's who he's coming to avenge. It's the elect.
That's right.
You see? Let's get Luke 18 and I believe it's 7. Luke 18 and 7.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 18, verse 7. And shall not God avenge his own elect?
His own elect. You know, that's who the Lord is dealing with. You know, the remnant of his people. You know, hey, that's who's gonna be saved. You know, the 144,000, the 1/3. You know, hey, that's who's the Lord is dealing with as far as reestablishing his kingdom, his righteous kingdom here on earth, for an everlasting kingdom. You see, reading on.
Which cry day and night unto him, thou hast bear long with them. I tell you that he will avenge them speedily.
Speedily, reading on.
Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth?
Shall the Lord find faith on the earth? Hey, because that's what this thing is all about. Let's get Ephesians 2:8. That's what this thing is all about. It's all about faith. Faith in Yahweh Hashem and Yahweh Shai. You know, it's a faith thing. You know, if you don't have faith, hey man, you know, pursuant to Hebrews 11:6, it's impossible to please the Most High without faith. You see? Ephesians 2:8.
Gotcha. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not have yourself, it is the gift of God.
It is a gift. You see, having faith, that's a gift. You see? And you don't give gifts to just everybody or anybody, you know. You give gifts to a special person whenever you give a gift. Somebody that's near and dear, you know, to your heart, you know. You're not going to give a gift to your enemy, you know, or somebody you don't know, you know. Hey, you give a gift to somebody that you love, you know, and the Lord loves his people, you know.
That's right.
And he already said that he's not going to forsake his people, pursuant to where we was at earlier. Let's get 1 Samuel 6. No, 1 Samuel 16 and I believe it's 22.
Samuel sent to Jesus saying, 12. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16, verse 12. And
No, 12.
Oh. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 12, verse 20. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 12, verse 20. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 12, verse 22. For the Lord will not forsake his people.
For the Lord will not forsake his people. You see? Hey, that's what thus saith the Lord. Through the prophet Samuel here. Reading on.
For his great name's sakes, because it hath pleased the Lord to make you his people.
Yes, for his name's sake. There's again the Lord's name's sake. You know, and he took pleasure in making us his people. You know, and that's what thus saith the Lord. He made us his people.
That's right.
And he took pleasure in doing that.
That's right.
And for his name's sake, he's not going to forsake us. And that's something that we have to remember. You know, as we walk in this captivity here. You see, that the Lord is not going to forsake us. You know, no matter what we go through. You know, these trials and tribulations or whatever. Hey, man, the Lord ain't going to forsake us. And we're going to close out with Exodus 14 and 14.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 14. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace.
Yeah, the Lord shall fight for us, and we shall hold our peace. You know? Hey, man, because we can't fret ourselves because of these evil... Hey, let's get that. That's Psalms 37, and start from the top there. You know? This is that anger management part, you know, of the gospel right here, you know? This that true anger management where you realize that the Lord is here to fight for.
37 and what?
Start from the top.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 1.
Bring that out.
Regret not thyself because of evildoers.
Yeah, fret not thyself because of evildoers. You know, hey, we can't be worried about, you know, what the heathen does or what they get away with. You know, reading on.
Neither be thou envious against the works of iniquity.
Yeah, you can't be envious against the works of iniquity. You know, so hey, when you see, you know, the salaries that lawyers have, you know, hey, you can't be envious of that. You know, I mean, because hey, prosecutors, hey man, they'll hold back evidence that can exonerate the other person just so that they don't sacrifice the numbers on their conviction rate. You know, so they'll send somebody up the river that's innocent for the crime that they're trying to prosecute them for. You know, and they do that. To the letter, especially on the federal level. You know, and what they'll do, they'll allow these type of people to run for public office. You know,
Bring it out.
you know, so you'll have people the likes of Connor Lamb. You know, like he'll send off all these people, you know, that were on heroin. You know, you got all these people that were on heroin. He'll lock them up, you know, for however long, you know, on the federal level, you know, and then they'll try to paint him like a nice guy, and then they'll end up making decisions that affect your everyday life. You know, the same thing with Kamala Harris. You know, hey, she was a prosecutor. You know, she locked up, you know, thousands of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, in the name of, you know, marijuana, you know, or what have you. You know, convictions. You know, and she's, you know, a vice presidential candidate. You know, I mean, hey, these are the people that are exalted within this society, that make a whole lot of money, have a whole lot of prestige within this community. You know, that have within this society that have destroyed our communities. Rather,
That's
reading
right.
on.
For they shall soon be cut down like grass.
For they shall soon be cut down like grass. So all these type of people that have been exploiting our people, you know, these bankers, you know, that make all this money, you know, these people that work for, on Wall Street, you know, that make all of this money, you know, even doctors, even, you know, pastors, you know, anybody that's exalted within this community, you know, hey, you can't fret yourself with these people. Reading on.
Entertainers. And wither as the green herbs. Trust in the Lord and do good.
Trust in the Lord and do good. And what's doing good? Hey, that's following these laws, statutes, and commandments, and having faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. That's doing good.
That's right.
Reading on.
So shalt thou dwell in the lands, and verily shalt thou be fled. Delight thyself also in the Lord.
Delight thyself in the Lord. You know, hey, this is not supposed to be grievous unto you. You know, hey, you're supposed to be doing this work, and you should love it. You know, you should.
Right.
This is an honor being
right.
able to come out here and prophesy in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Prophesy against this wicked kingdom and let people know that this kingdom is going to be destroyed.
That's right.
You know, it's an honor to be able to do that.
Bring it out.
Reading on.
All praises. And he shall give thee the desires of thy heart.
The desires of thy heart. You see, and what do we desire? And we desire to be in rulership. That's what we desire. We desire to have our foot on the heathen's neck, you see, and have y'all in slavery like y'all had us, you see, and dash thy little ones against the stones like the scriptures say. That's what we desire. We desire righteous judgment to be executed here on this earth. You know, not to be walking hand in hand and being so-called equal. No, we want to be over you and rule you with the rod of iron and be kings and priests on this earth. That's what we want. And that's what's promised to his chosen people and those that love him. Reading on.
Commit thy way unto the Lord.
Commit thy way unto the Lord. Hey, that's what we got to commit ourselves to. When people ask us, hey, what do you do for a living? You know, hey, we do this for a living.
Come on.
We serve Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for a
Bring it
living.
out.
You know, we don't work in customer service.
Right.
You know, we don't wash cars. We don't pick up. Hey, no, that's not what we want to be known for. We want to be known for serving the Lord in sincerity and in truth. That's what we want to be known for.
That's right.
Reading on.
Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass.
Yeah, hey, we gotta trust in the Lord, man. You know, and He should bring these things to pass. Let's get Psalms 37 and 34. We can hold that. Psalms 37 and 34.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 34. Wait on the Lord.
Wait on the Lord. That's what we're doing. We got to be patient in this thing. We got to wait on Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Reading on.
And keep his ways.
Keep his ways. Again, we just read, commit thy way unto the Lord. So we got to keep his ways. Reading on.
And he shall exalt thee to inherit the land.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about, wanting to have. Rulership. A chance to be able to rule you other nations that have been oppressing us.
That's right.
You see? Reading on.
When the wicked are cut off.
When the wicked are cut off. See, eventually, these people that we're not supposed to fret ourselves with, the evildoers, they are going to be cut off.
That's right.
You see, reading on.
Thou shalt see it.
Thou shalt see it. See? So, hey, we're going to be able to have access to see these things.
That's right.
You know, that's what we want. You know, we want to be able to be on the chariot, Lord's will, and be able to look down with that X-ray vision and see the facial expressions of the wicked as they're being destroyed.
See?
That's part of that's part of the spoil.
See, John?
That's part of the spoil. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see you so-called white people out here smiling, walking up and down the street, enjoying the weather anymore. We're tired of seeing that. You know, we're tired of seeing those fake smiles that y'all give us. You know, whenever y'all walk past. You know, acting like y'all care, acting like that y'all are so loving and all of this type of stuff.
Teach.
You know, we hate seeing y'all enjoy this kingdom.
That's
you know,
right.
but we gotta be patient. We gotta wait on the Lord, because eventually, you so-called white people, you Edomites, you wicked in the Bible, hey, y'all are gonna be cut off.
Teach.
You know, and y'all are gonna be in subjection.
Teach
you know,
up.
reading on.
I have seen the wicked in great power.
And hey, that's what we've seen. The wicked in great power. You know, you so-called white people, you know, walking around with suits and ties and briefcases, you know. Man, we hate that.
Come.
You know? We hate seeing you so-called white women out here comfortable, you know, driving around in y'all's luxury vehicles with sunglasses on. We hate that. You know, hey, you can flick us off all you want, you know, but we hate seeing y'all comfortable. And sooner or later, hey, y'all are going to be slaves in the kingdom.
That's
y'all
right.
are going to be picking up pig feces out here.
That's right.
That's going to be a desirable job for a so-called white woman in the kingdom.
Teach.
You know, y'all aren't going to be allowed to be in the kingdom. Y'all aren't going to be allowed to be in the house. None of that. Y'all are going to be out there with the pigs, cleaning up after the pigs and keeping them clean. Since y'all love pork so much, that's what y'all's job is going to be.
Bring it out.
To clean out pig snouts.
Bring
You
it
know,
out,
the white pig